I mean, it's just heartbreaking. You know, I was watching some of the footage and reading some of the articles about the recent homeless encampment raisings in Baltimore City, and you know what's going on there is just terrible. I mean, so we have groups of people that for whatever reason don't have homes and have had to find homes in these encampments, and then the city says, okay, well, we're not only not going to provide adequate, stable, permanent shelter for these people in quite desperate need, but that we're going to remove any semblance of stability that these people currently have. And what that can mean in terms of putting people at risk of exposure. So a lot of times they're seizing blankets, seizing tents. So that puts people more at risk of the elements. And then I think the more concerning thing that people don't recognize is that a lot of people who are experiencing homelessness are also having experience with chemical dependency. So if you're an opioid addict and you're using regularly in your tent or what have you, you develop an environmental tolerance to that specific space. So when homeless encampment raisings come along and remove that stable environmental tolerance that these people might be accustomed to, and then they find themselves over the next week shooting in strange places, in Wawa bathrooms or in alleys or whatever, their environmental tolerance is significantly lowered. So we see many cases of overdose that sort of trail these raisings. And I say this just to say that we can do a lot better. It's not as if the problem is there's not enough homes out there for everybody. We have many times more vacant properties than we do homeless people. So I'm suggesting we open up the state's squatting laws. I think we can provide a service to people that the banks that have these properties in trust. A lot of them or many of them are falling into disrepair. And we have also at the same time a population of people who could both get value out of those properties, potentially save their lives, add some sort of stability and normalcy to their lives, but that they could provide minimum upkeep to these properties. So give back all at the same time getting access to the things that they very much need. And beyond shelter first, which we know works. When we Utah tried a shelter first approach, and they've seen significant reductions in homelessness all across Utah. So yeah, we need not only access to these shelters. I mean, that's where this has to begin. Shelter first, but then we need additionally provide these people with access to treatment services, access to mental health services, access to health services, everything that a person needs to live a life that's meaningful and normal, that will allow them to get a job or get better. That's I think our moral responsibility as a society to accomplish.
Yeah.